In the 1930s, Disney fans across the United States shared their passion at local Mickey Mouse clubs. And 20 years later, another kind of Mickey Mouse Club became one of the most popular television series of all time. With this sheet music and handwritten notes, we explore the historic ways that Walt reached audiences, both young and young at heart. From the office of Walt Disney.
This piece of sheet music is historic in that it is the very first printed sheet music that the Walt Disney Company ever released.
This sheet music here is the theme song, Minnie's Yoo-Hoo, which is particularly interesting because not only is it one of the earliest Disney songs, but it also boasts a lyric to which Walt Disney himself contributed. Didn't know he was a songwriter. But Carl Stalling was the first music director for the Disney studio. But he did the music for this and Walt contributed to the lyrics. And this particular sheet was made up as a souvenir to the very first members of the Mickey Mouse Club. And these were given to the members of the Mickey Mouse Club. All you had to do basically was show up at a Mickey Mouse Club theater, a designated theater. Each theater would elect a chief Mickey Mouse and a chief Minnie Mouse, equal time for ladies. And they had kind of a chant or a cheer that they'd do before each meeting. They'd go like, handy dandy, full of candy, happy mice are we, inny, icky, Minnie, Mickey, M-O-U-S-E. So clearly they needed a song. And so that song was lifted from a Disney short called Mickey's Follies, I believe, which came out in 1929. And the song Minnie's Yoo-Hoo was performed by Mickey in that film, and they even excerpted a little bit of that cartoon to show as a special Hey Gang Let's Sing Along movie at the beginning of those local Mickey Mouse clubs.
In the 50s, Walt was approached by ABC to do a TV series, which was a children's kind of variety show. And that was brand new. The TV was fairly new to begin with, and nobody else had ever done a kind of a regular daily television show specifically for children. And so Walt came up with some ideas for the show, and he got very excited about it. This is a facsimile of some handwritten notes, just a kind of yellow memo pad here, and it was just his original notes. It said Kid Show, but he came up with using the idea again of Mickey Mouse Club. I think he liked the idea from the 30s, and it rolled off the tongue real well. It was going to have a clubhouse at Disneyland, which it did have, and you would enter through a hollow tree up to a tree house. Well, that didn't happen, but that was one of his original ideas. And so he had these ideas to bring educational things as well as entertainment. And that was a new idea at the time too, was to educate the kids by telling them stories in new and unique ways, like, you know, the What I Want to Be series and an encyclopedia and I'm No Fool and things like that. So they learned something as well as being entertained every day when they would watch the show.
Everything tying in together. The Mickey Mouse Club would not be an isolated television show. It wouldn't be just a Book of the Month club. It would be a living, participatory entity for kids who would view it on TV at one moment, maybe have some merchandise or some publications or the subscription magazine that came out, and that would go into their home, and that would culminate in them visiting Disneyland.
We didn't know what the Mickey Mouse Club was. I auditioned with I'm told there was about 24,000 kids the first year that auditioned. And I was fortunate enough to be in the first group. I wasn't on the very first group of the roll call when it first happened. I was a boy singer, but I couldn't dance. But they picked me because of my voice. We found out that it was an instant hit with families. He wanted us to be able to be real kids on the air. Consequently, parents would want their kids to watch it. Very smart man.
Reproductions of these historic pieces are among 23 treasures included in the 2016 D23 Gold Member gift from the Office of Walt Disney. We invite you to learn more about this exciting collection at d23.com/Office of Walt Disney.